what we cannot allow. Sisi tulikuchagua na tuliamuka mapema na tulikuwa tumeshawishwa tuachane na wewe, tukasema bana, sisi tunakujua, tunakupenda, huja kosea sisi. Sisi tulikuchagua utawale Kenya. Hatuwezi kubalia mtu yote akutatize, because we want you to work for us. Na tuliamuka tukakuchagua utufanyie kazi. Kwa hivyo tukiona mtu yeyote anataka kuleta maneno, ni mimi na yeye.
According to the speech that we've just heard, it is evident that Rigathi Gachagua, the deputy president, is very worried, is very bitter because of what is happening. And he is sensing danger approaching, because right away from the time the presidential election results were out, there have been so many leaders developing interest to be close with President William Samoei Ruto. And him as his deputy president, he is very much concerned because he feels like his position might be grabbed away. What is the reason as to why the deputy president is very worried in his speech? It is evident that he is worried because he fears the issue of handshake. He remembers very well how things went and fall apart the time of Uhuru Kenyatta, when President William Samoei Ruto was his deputy. And during that time, President William Samoei Ruto was a puppet deputy president because he was excluded in very many occasions. He was not even shown his respect, and he was being put out of the government's development in every time. He was despised before the public, and this was not a good thing. And so for Rigathi Gachagua, he is fearing the handshake can backfire in some way or another, because we see right now these people are having the national dialogue talks, whereby in every agenda they are going ahead agreeing, and they are signing several deals. And this is what is making Rigathi Gachagua to be very worried, the issue or the other approach of handshake or close relationship of President and Raila Odinga. We also see he is very insecure because of the relationship that is approaching to break. It is obvious right now that we see things are not very well. The relationship between deputy president and the president might break any time, considering that the president right now is having preferable leaders whom they can take the place of deputy president. And these leaders are leaders like Ndindi Njoro. We also have the leader like Kithure Kindiki. We also have a leader like Msalia Mudavadi. These are the people who are posing a lot of threats to life of Rigathi Gachagua. And anytime he feels like the relationship might be weakened, reaching 2027, maybe it might be ending. And this is why he is very insecure. Every time in his speeches, everywhere, he is throwing words at least to defend himself from these threats that are being posed to him. We see the relationship of Rigathi Gachagua and Ndindi Njoro is also not in good relationship. And because these are competitive leaders that are drawing close attention to President William Samoei Ruto, we see there is a possibility of Ndindi Njoro taking the place of Rigathi Gachagua, considering that all these people are leaders from Mount Kenya, and to this extent they cannot have that good relationship, because in one way or another they are wanting to outdo another or compete out. And to that position, we see the one who is on top of another, that is the deputy president, must be very watchful of his steps in relationship to Ndindi Njoro. We also see previously some of the people who are looking for that seat is not only from Mount Kenya region. Other places in Kenya, we see even like Mulembe Nation in Western region, some of the people are really salivating for that seat and succession of President William Samoei Ruto.
William Ruto. President Ruto, we voted for you. We respect you. We love you. I work for you. I am one of your leaders in the Senate. And Ruto, I want to tell you today, kwamba ulituomba kura ya rais tukachangia, umepata. Mungu ndiye aliamua. President, sababu ilikuwa mbili peke yake. Iliyenifanya nikaomba hawa watu wetu na wakakubali. Niliwaambia, wewe, Your Excellency President, ukiwa president, Luhya land will never be the same again, kwamba maendeleo itakuwa pembe zetu sote. Mwiyama naoshu mwiyama. Jambo ya mwisho, President Ruto, ambaye niliambia hawa Luhya, ni kwamba vile tunatoa uhuru na tunaingiza wewe, wakati wewe utatoka na sisi wa Luhya tutaingiza president wa Kenya awe Mluhya. And I want to repeat it for the uptenth time, nikiwa hapa kwa watu wetu, kwamba I have not lost focus. We are supporting the president today up to 2032. President awe president, na katika hiyo miaka sisi tuone maendeleo ikifanyika pembe zingine za Kenya, ifanyike hapa kwetu. Na Mr. President, ukae ukijua, ukiwa na mtu mrefu, mfupi, mnono, tajiri, maskini, wakae wakijua kwamba vile mnatembea na Boni Khalwale, sina siri. Mimi ni mtoto ya maskini, mtoto ya changa brua. Mimi ni mtoto mwenye Mungu alitaka nikuwe vile nilivyo, siwezi tembea na uongo. President Ruto, sisi tunataka tukurithi ukitoka kama rais, na sisi walio tuingia. I'm telling you. Kwa hivyo Mr. President, nikiona katika mtandao serikali ya picha na nani, those people are not our leaders. Watu wenye naona kwa mtandao naanza kujipendekeza kwa rais, ndio rais yaseme ati nyinyi ndio mnatoka uliokuwa mkoa wa Magharibi. No. Nuwenyu kuinjira Luhya. Msata bayo babaka. Bakenya ya manya. Msata ukurang. Alangongwa Wycliffe Msalia Mudavadi. Msata wakabili. Alangongwa Moses Masika Wetangula. Msata ukumarika. Alangongwa Shimshim Dr. Boni Khalwale. And President, don't lose that focus.
Some of the leaders from Western region or Mlembe Nation are salivating for that succession of President William Samoei Ruto. And it is not like it is something to do with forcing issues, but it is being said, according to Boni Khalwale, senator from Kakamega. He says that during the campaign, they were promised and they signed an agreement between President William Samoei Ruto and the leaders from Mlembe Nation and Mlembe community at large to support William Ruto in his ascending to the seat, so that come 2032, this seat will be left to these leaders from Mlembe Nation. And right now we know leaders that are in government top ranks. We have the Prime Cabinet Secretary Msalia Mudavadi and the Speaker of the National Assembly. This is Moses Wetangula. These are the leaders who are on top, and if at all the succession or going towards that seat, it means that these are the two leaders that might be involved, either Msalia Mudavadi or Moses Wetangula. And according to the speech that Boni Khalwale just delivered, we see this one is another big threat to Rigathi Gachagua, because the people from Western Nation, they are just talking openly. They know that after William Ruto, they are the rightful successors who should go in that presidential seat. And without forgetting that right now these people are saying that President William Samoei Ruto should run for 2 terms. That one is up to 2027, and from 2027 to 2032. So it means that from 2032 going forward, that is when the Mlembe Nation leaders will have the priority to ascend to the throne. So if I may ask, where will be this deputy president be? Because whenever these people are saying that they want to give President William Samoei Ruto 2 terms, we are not sure if President William Samoei Ruto will deputize Rigathi Gachagua for 2 terms, because now that, considering the situation that these people are in, we see some of the leaders wanting a lot of priorities before President William Samoei Ruto, and the chances of maintaining Rigathi Gachagua as the deputy in 2 terms are very minimal, because right now he is having a lot of enemies who are drawing closer to him. And we see Mount Kenya regions also, that community is very, very willing and they are waiting that day when the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, or one of the leaders from Mount Kenya, will ascend to be the president again. This one will be very tough because we see here the Mlembe Nation, the likes of Mudavadi and Moses Wetangula are being promised 2032. We also see William Ruto himself is not willing to come out because he is wishing to run for a second term. That one is up to 2032. At the same time, his deputy Rigathi Gachagua is hopefully looking forward to succeed President William Samoei Ruto. And this conflict of ideas and preferences in leaders, this is what is bringing in a lot of insecurities to our deputy, because anytime he wakes up in the morning, he remember that Mlembe Nation are looking for that presidential seat. The Mount Kenya region are looking for that presidential seat. We also have some of the people who are neither in opposition or in government. They are just there, but they are wishing to have that presidential seat. That one is giving him sleepless nights, and we see it is not going to be easy with him if he will not be vigilant. And do you think the president will fulfill his agreement that they say they signed with the Mlembe leaders? Because they agreed that Mlembe Nation should back up President William Samoei Ruto's government for a second time. That is the time when this seat will be left to Mlembe Nation. I don't know if it is something that we should be certain with it.
Malize. Hatuna shida sisi tukipenda mtu tumependa. Tukikataa wewe tumekataa. Hii mzee akitendawili amenikuta kwa mazishi hapo juzi. Hapo Nyandarua. Akaniambia, wewe kwa nini hutaki mazungumzo? Kwani unaogopa mazungumzo? Wewe kubali tuzungumuze. Mimi nikaamuka na kumwambia mimi siogopi mazungumzo, ile mtu unaogopa ni wewe. Kwa sababu pahali yote umeenda umeharibu. Ulikuwa kwa Moi ukaharibu. Ukakuwa kwa Kibaki ukaharibu. Umechukua mtoto wetu Uhuru Kenyatta umekoroga yeye, umemchanganya, amepotea. Sasa tunaona ukikaribia William Ruto atapotea. Hiyo ndio shida yetu na wewe. Nilimwambia kama ameketi hapo. Nilifanya mzuri ama mabaya? Nilimjibu hapo. Kwa sababu ni mzuri kuambia mtu ukweli. Sasa walikuwa wanajaribu kuja hapo kwa rais. Juzi nimetoka nimeenda ngamo, nimeenda Italy. Wanajaribu kupitia huko. Nikaitwa nikarudi haraka. Kwa sababu pale unajua kazi yangu pale ni rahisi sana. Mimi kazi yangu ni kuchunga Rais William Ruto. Na mimi sina kazi nyingine. That is my work. Nikiona mtu yoyote anaweza tatiza serikali yake, hiyo ni kazi yangu kungangana na hiyo mtu. Na huyu kitendawili historia yake ni mbaya. Ama mnataka nimkubalie? Nimkubalie akaribia rais? Sasa mimi naenda Colombia kutafuta soko ya kahawa. Alafu nipite Cuba. Lakini nimepanga. Hiyo ikulu nimeweka mitego kila kona, kila pale. Kila bahali nimeweka, na niko na watu wa kunipigia simu. Wakionekana tu karibu naambiwa. Kwa sababu uwezi mtu ameharibu serikali 4 umkubalie akuje ya 5. Si ataharibu? Juzi amekuja pale KICC, nimemkaribisha vizuri. Simuliona? Kwa heshima, kwa sababu yeye ni mzee wetu, amekuja, tumemwalika. Sasa kuliko aendi ya kwa kiti yake, anataka kuingia marais mahali wamekaa wale wamechaguliwa. Na hii mtu kuna mtu amemchagua. Sasa ile nyumba hata Kipchumba huyu na waziri hawezi ingia. Ni marais tupu wamekaa. Marais wamejaa pale. Ati anataka kuingia pale akae na marais. Sasa watu wanauliza huyu ni rais ya wapi? Lakini pale kwa hall tumempa kitia ya heshima. Hata alikuwa namba 4 kutoka kwangu. Mekaa pale kama mzee anasikiza maneno. Akikaa usingizi ukizidi anangorota kidogo, sasa tunaenda. Una shida? Na huyo ni mzee wetu, na nilimwambia siku hiyo tunataka tumchunge, tumpagie retirement yake, tutafutie askari, tutafutie gari, nyumba ya kukaa, akitaka pikipiki moja ama bili ya kumuongoza, there is no problem. Kama iko makosa, aende nyumbani apumzike. Iko sasa hiyo miaka 80, sasa ina miaka nasonga. Na mwili ni ule tu. Si ndio? So nyinyi msikuwe na wasiwasi. Nyinyi kazi yenu ni kumuombea rais. Wale watu wangetaka kumtatiza, hiyo kazi mniwachie. Mniwachie. Na mimi niko hapo. Na mimi nalala na jicho moja, ingine nalala ikiwa on. Nafunga moja usiku. Ile ingine nakaa kama torch. Nikisikia maneno nakimbia hapo. Kwa sababu hii serikali tulitafuta na shida mingi sana. Hatuwezi kubali mtu haribu. Unless watu ya Kericho mniambie tukubalie iharibiwe. Si tulitafuta na shida mingi. Huyu William Ruto walimtesa. Nimefika pale kwa nyumba alikuwa anakaa.
Ladies and gentlemen, the deputy president deliberately delivered his speech knowing that he will be out of the country. Right now he is in Colombia going for some of the development that will benefit farmers in Kenya. But as he leaves Kenya, he is giving a very serious warning to these people who feels like they should draw themselves near the president and the statehouse at large. You can imagine Rigathi is placing a threat because he's telling these leaders who are surrounding president, showing interest, that even if he is out of the nation, he has left spies, he has set traps, so that whenever you have that intention or you draw near President William Samoei Ruto, you are just caught. They call him on phone call, he comes back and he deal with you. And according to how he is explaining this, he is very bitter because he feels like Mount Kenya region has got a big share in the government because they 100% voted for President William Samoei Ruto, and they will never go to allow anybody to bring a breakup between the president and the deputy president or a breakup in the government. This is a very tough warning because he knows whenever he is away outside country, that is when people are coming back, drawing President William Samoei Ruto close to them. And my good people, we see here, even if he is away, he has watchdogs everywhere and he will be informed. And this tough warning is going to these people who feels like they are closer so much to President William Samoei Ruto. The people whom the warning is going to, the first person is Raila Odinga, the leader of opposition, whom in one way or another, he is saying that he is not interested in Nusumukate or handshake. But whenever this person will be given any chance, at least to be in the government, this person will utilize that chance effectively. Why? We see the other day when he was invited at KICC to have that conference with the other leaders, the first thing that he expressed, he wanted to sit with these people, the heads of state. Yet he knows very well that he's not a head of state. He used the way reserved for VVIP people, and he's not among them. At the same time, he was preserved a seat with the top people like the presidents, but he is not that person who should be the president right now, because we know the president of Kenya is William Ruto. And what do this mean? He has the willing and that intention of at least enjoying being in government when given a chance, but publicly he's denying very much that he is not interested with the Nusumukate, the handshake, and anything to do with this regime, because he believed that the elections were rigged. But when he is being given a chance, I'm sure he will go for that chance, because there is nothing good to be a leader than to dominate. Ladies and gentlemen, a tough warning is being sent to those people who are drawing themselves closer to President William Samoei Ruto. This warning does not even exclude the people from Lembe Nation. This comprise of Mudavadi, comprise of Moses Wetangula, these people who feels like President William Samoei Ruto should leave this seat for them. It is a tough warning that is encompassing everybody that is salivating for that seat. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a high time now. Rigathi Gachagua has seen that the people who are near the president are the greatest enemy who wanted to separate him with the president. And he has been very quiet for a little while, because we have been hearing since from the period of campaign, people are saying President William Samoei Ruto will be succeeded by the Mlembe Nation, but Rigathi has been very silent. But it is time when he has decided to speak out his mind and his stand, and is not going to allow anybody, regardless of where you come from. It means that he wants to retain his position by force, by fire, and is not going to entertain this. Another reason as to why Rigathi Gachagua is very worried and very tough on his stand, it is the issue of Kalonzo Musyoka visiting the State House previously after the Africa Climate Change Summit 2023. This is the time when Kalonzo Musyoka, being in the opposition for a long time, and it is the time when he is willingly and openly coming out to go in the State House, having dinner with the leaders, with other CSs, but it posed a threat to Rigathi Gachagua. You remember the other day, Raila Odinga wanted to sit with the head of the states and to be treated special, just as the heads of state. Following the other day, we see Kalonzo Musyoka being invited in the State House for having a dinner meal, and we see this one is communicating a lot on his side, because he is playing his roles very well, and he has clearly stated that his work, it is to oversight the president and to watch every move that the president is doing, especially those people who wants to join the government by force and break and ruin the good relationship that is existing in the government. And this also includes Kalonzo Musyoka, who is a person who have been drawing himself very close to the government. Of course, we see Kalonzo Musyoka is the person who has been leading the National Dialogue Committee. So far so good. Him and Kimani Ichung'wah are the people who are steering this dialogue, and the dialogue is going very well because they are agreeing every time. And so this is just a tough warning to Kalonzo Musyoka. As much as they are steering the bipartisan talk or the National Dialogue Committee, it should not be a chance or an opening for them to have the intentions to draw close to President William Samoei Ruto. This also cuts across to Raila Odinga intention to associate with the president. It does not also leave out people like Kithure Kindiki, whom may be preferred to be leaders in the government come the time when maybe the president wants to change his people, the close people within the government. The warning also encompasses the whole people from the Mulembe Nation, the likes of Wetangula and Mudavadi. These are the people whom the strong warning is being sent to them. Ladies and gentlemen, within 1 year in office, it is clear that Rigathi Gachagua is panicking very much, is very worried, and he feels like a betrayal can be happening in silent or indirect way. Because as much as the president is delegating duties to these people who are close to him, Rigathi Gachagua is feeling like there is something that is being communicated in these procedures that is not openly being said. It is not until Boni Halwale from Kakamega openly said that they are waiting for that day when the fulfillment of the agreement that was signed for Mulembe Nation to succeed President William Samoei Ruto come 2032. This is what is posing a threat. What advice can you give to Rigathi Gachagua about the situation of Kenya right now? Now that leaders are rising everywhere, he is the one who is monitoring President William Samoei Ruto come day and night. What advice can you give to him? Should he separate Mudavadi, Wetangula, and President William Samoei Ruto? Should he separate President William Samoei Ruto and leaders like Kimani Ichung'wah, who are very close to him? Should he separate also Kindiki and President William Samoei Ruto to stand out as the best leader, only who can succeed President William Samoei Ruto? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching my video, but the situation that is happening right now is that the deputy president is very much worried, and he feels like he is not secured from other leaders who are drawing themselves near to the president. They are endangering his seat and his peace in the office. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please subscribe, continue sharing. Have a good day.